Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on this DC universe coming our way, more particularly Superman. So one of the biggest weeks of DC ever is upon us. Yep, you've got it, that's right, episode 4 of Creature Commandos is coming. Of course, joking, I'm not an idiot. Superman, formerly Superman Legacy, which was a bold name change when it happened, and probably put more pressure on the film, I think, at least maybe on James Gunn's side. I'm not too sure in regards to the general public. But I guess maybe the fans as well. But also, it solidified the reboot aspect, just being called Superman. Now, Superman, as it is now called, will be revealed to the world this coming week with its first pieces of promo material. Some of which we already got earlier today, hopefully, from when this video comes out, and some that we are getting in the coming days or the next coming week. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. But of course, throughout the video, let me know in the comment section down below your various reactions to all this. Thoughts, maybe expectations for what's coming soon. Let me know in the comments, and of course, if you guys enjoy the video, want to show support, drop a like, takes 2 seconds. So obviously the biggest thing that came out today was I guess just the first official poster. I've seen people saying it's a teaser poster. I guess it's both usually. I guess your first poster is your teaser poster, but anyway, here it is, and it looks good. Looks nice. The suit looks nice. Nothing really to complain about. Like, I mean, it's weird to complain about a poster too much unless it looks awful. Like, of course, if it looks arse, then fair enough. But, you know, it feels like it's leaning very heavy into, like, the Christopher Reeve sort of look. Especially, like, you know, the flying up and stuff. Now, it does have the tagline, just simply look up. Obviously, that's taken from the look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. It's obviously the look up taken from that. But I think it's also like it's like, I think they use like the look up in the sky, even just simply that, not including the it's a bird, it's a plane. But just if they'd used look up in the sky, I think that maybe that's a bit too long. Of course, the original tagline from the Christopher Reeve 1978 Superman film is you'll believe a man can fly, which I think is good back then. I think now it's going to be fairly simple, or at least not just be quoting something completely. So I think look up is a really good one for this, and just simple as well. Now, people have been looking at this and wondering about suit changes. Now, obviously the overall design looks very much like the one we saw on set and in that first official reveal. I'm still heavily under the belief he has 2, maybe even 3 suits in this film. I think one suit you might see is like a very origin-based suit, like when he literally first was doing Superman stuff, and you might see that through like archival stuff, like a newspaper, maybe like a shaky mobile phone footage, something like that. It wouldn't surprise me too much. It won't be anything where you can really like, it's not intended to necessarily maybe look overly good. But then of course you're going to get the one that we'll see in the set photos, and also seeing like him putting on his boots and stuff when I guess the world was ending behind him in that weird first reveal photo. I wish the first reveal was something like this. Not exactly this, because this is very like made to be a poster, but a more heroic thing. Like, I think most people, especially in retrospect, probably go, okay, or hindsight go, yeah, okay, maybe something like this would have been preferred. But the suit looks a bit different here, but then again, they touch it up because it is a poster, so it could be very much meant to be the suit that he's wearing in those set photos, but just touched up to look different in the poster and a bit more clean. But I'm still in the belief he has another suit in this film towards the end of the movie, maybe in the 3rd act, maybe something that he gets from the Fortress of Solitude, because the suit he's wearing in those set photos doesn't look very alien, if that makes sense, or Kryptonian tech coded. So we'll wait and see, of course. Now, if you're wondering like how it looks like not just as a piece of art, like digital art, this was seen, I think this is actually from the press event on the Warner Brothers lot happening today as we speak. So this is sort of what it'll look like, I guess, if you want to buy a physical copy, but that's what it looks like there. And fun fact, Smallville actually used the tagline look up 20 years ago. I think it was for its 3rd or 4th season promotional material. So it's not like it's a new thing, look up, but it just shows that it works, it's simple, and it fits the character. Now, along with like the first like what do you call it, poster and stuff going on, they did release a synopsis for the film, and this is what it says. James Gunn takes on the original superhero, of course it was the first superhero, in the newly imagined DC universe with a singular blend of epic action, humor, and heart, delivering a Superman who's driven by compassion and an inherent belief in the goodness of humankind, and that feels like it does fit Superman to a T. Of course, this isn't a plot synopsis. It's not saying Superman and Lex Luthor and Lois Lane, and it doesn't involve the plot. It's just a general, I guess, feel for what the movie's going to be like. Yeah, in regards to like the tone and all that stuff. So it doesn't reveal too much. And this is obviously like the market, like James Gunn didn't write this, is like the marketing people. I'm very interested to see if James Gunn came up with Look Up, or if that was like a marketing team. That it probably was the marketing team, but James Gunn would like probably approved it. The marketing team probably came up with like 3 different options, and James Gunn was like, I think I like look up out of the ones you've come up, because that's usually how they do it. Now, there was a motion poster released alongside the official poster, and it's just the same thing. It's just like with the background sort of like moving. They do this with a few movies, I think. But along with the motion poster, it had the theme for the film done by John Murphy. This isn't like a reused thing, but it does very much sound for the most part like a John Williams. It is like taking from the 1978 film, but it's also got a bit of like a Hans Zimmer, like Man of Steel sort of feel to it. It's like a mixture of the two, but definitely leaning more into the John Williams side. I mean, it sounds good, but I prefer to see it like in the movie and how it's done. Like, I don't like, I listen to like some scores and stuff like that, but like I sometimes like it when it's actually like used in the film and the specific scene that it was created for. So that's what I'd be very intrigued to see where that sound is used. I'd assume it's probably going to be used very much like in like the heart of the Superman stuff, like Fortress of Solitude stuff and stuff like that, I'd assume. But we'll wait and see, of course, when the movie comes out in like 7 months time. But that wasn't it in regards to like video stuff, because there was a teaser for the teaser trailer. So a teaser video for the teaser trailer came out. It very much looks like, you can see it on screen now. I'll probably just repeat it. It's just like the Fortress of Solitude entrance, I guess you could say. Now, we do know when the teaser trailer is coming out. It's coming out at 6 a.m. on Thursday in the United States Pacific Standard Time. So that's LA time or West Coast time. So for me, that's midnight. So great time for a trailer release on my end. I'll see if I can stay up and stuff like that. I don't know, probably doze off, I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's coming out at midnight. So I think is that like 9 a.m. New York time? And I think that'd be like, what, like 2 or 3 in the afternoon if you're in like Europe or like England and like other places around Europe and stuff like that. So like at least in the afternoon. So it's probably a decent time to release. And also it allows it to play into the news for that day. Because I think one thing that this trailer is relying on is not appeasing people on Twitter, people on YouTube, people on TikTok, people on Instagram. It's about appeasing, Jim and Jill that are, off to work and have just sent their 3 kids to school. It's about and those 3 kids at school. It's about appeasing them, the general public, not the people that already know this movie's coming out and already are going to go see this film. It's about appeasing or getting the interest of those people that have no idea this movie's even coming out. Or have no idea what this movie is going to be, or even think that it's just another Henry Cavill Superman film. So that's a big thing that this trailer has to do. Whether it achieves that, it's a wait and see, but it's coming out before the Christmas period. A lot of people go to the movies that normally wouldn't go to the movies in other parts of the year. They go to the movies during Christmas because there's just stuff to go on. People go, and this trailer will play during Christmas, which is a good sign. So hopefully come January 1st, or at least halfway through January, many more people know this film is coming out, because I don't think there's much hype for it at the moment outside of your usual places, which is like 1% of the potential audience anyway. In regards to the expectations for what I want to see in this teaser trailer, I mean, like, I don't know if there'd be too much overall plot stuff. Like, if you look at previous teaser trailers, it's very much about just giving you the feel of the movie, the tone of the movie, and giving you some minor stuff. It's not really meant to like tell you too much about the plot and like reveal all the characters. Even like I'm not talking about like spoiler characters, but showing like a highlight. It's really meant to give you the feel of the main character, in this case Superman, and just the world that he's in. And I think that's, if you really look even like at Superman Returns and Man of Steel, both of them do that. And I think you'll probably get a very similar thing with this teaser trailer for just, well, Superman. So, I'm hoping that it's not one of those ones where people just dismiss it straight away because it doesn't show too much, because I'm not expecting it to. I think that's for the second trailer, which might be at the Super Bowl or somewhere in like March or April roughly. I think they might try Super Bowl, but then again, it's the word around the streets is that Warner Brothers has no money to spend on that. But we'll wait and see. They might try and find some money for that. But yeah, I'm sure it will be like a decent thing, but it's also, I think, something that you shouldn't like. If you don't necessarily like it too much, you shouldn't dismiss it, because I think it's for those further trailers to sell you too much. I think this is really just to alert people like, hey, there's a new Superman movie coming out and here's your first look, and just to sort of show that it is a bit different than what's come before. At least in regards to highlighting, hey, it's a reboot. Of course, one thing I have seen is a bit of concern over like leaning too much into Superman the movie from 1978, and of course just the Christopher Reeve Superman as a whole. I mean, they only feel like it that like the poster I think is intentional for that. It's meant to feel a bit classic and sort of lean into that, and of course the theme, but it's really hard with the theme. Like Hans Zimmer's theme is still very good and it's still like well known, but it doesn't like when people think like do the Superman theme, they just go straight back to the John Williams thing. So I think leaning into that isn't too bad of an idea, to be completely honest. But I think when the actual, I think like from what we've seen with the movie, I don't think the movie and any like the set photos and from what we've heard about what the style of the movie is, I don't think it's anything like the Christopher Reeve thing. Like James Gunn has said it leans into the Silver Age and stuff, which is not what the Christopher Reeve movie was. So, or like there was elements of it, but not for the most part. It wasn't like pure Silver Age. And James Gunn seems to be hinting that like that's the core of the film is the Silver Age stuff with other inspirations from other, takes after that. So, yeah, I don't think that should be too much of a concern. Like, unless you don't want the theme to sound like it. If that's it, then okay, I guess so. But like, I think that's the only thing that's going to be like that we're going to see in the final product is going to be like a major influence from what's come before, at least from the Christopher Reeve and 1978 Superman side. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Of course, see you in a few days in regards to the Superman stuff because I'll definitely do a video on the trailer. Let's get my first thoughts. Don't know if it'll break down because every man and their dog will do one, but at least the highlights from what I say, I'll probably do a video on that. But yeah, if you enjoy the video, drop a like. Takes 2 seconds. Let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts on everything we went over this video. Are you looking forward to the trailer? What are your expectations or predictions? Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.